Manish Nigam, and today I'm going to explain you the chapter The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse from class 11, and the name of the book is Snapshot. Okay, in this chapter, that story of the two poverty-stricken boys. One is Murad and one is Aram. Murad is about 13 years and Aram is about 9 years. And this family, the basic point or the main point that you must understand about the family is that the family is very well known for their honesty. Yes, honesty and trust is the hallmark of this family, this tribe, this society, this community. And the condition of the family or condition of the tribe is miserable, actually miserable in the sense poverty stricken, that they are not able to clarify or they are not able to tell that how they manage their daily food, how they are provided or how they are given the daily food. Other necessities, you just forget about that. So what happens, one day this boy Murad came to Aram's house, and Aram is actually the narrator of the story. So Murad came to Aram's house and he was riding a white horse. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. And he came and just knocked the door, knocked the window and said, "Come on, if you want to ride, come with me. We'll have fun." Aram, who was actually sleeping, he woke up and just saw a beautiful white horse standing before him. He was amazed. He was startled because it was unbelievable for that boy. Because he knew his condition, he knew his family's condition, his tribe's condition, that they cannot purchase the horse. As I mentioned, the food maintenance is a big issue, and then how the horse can be managed. So he was also willing to ride the horse. He had this desire. So he said, "Yeah, I'm coming," and he got ready, and they both rode the horse, went out of the town, went out of the colony, and they came to the open field. While they were riding, Aram asked Murad, "How did you manage this horse? From where did you get this?" And he knew that there is no possibility to purchase, so certainly Murad must have stolen this horse. So he said that, "When did you steal this horse?" Murad said, "Come on, just shut up. If you want to ride, you come with me, otherwise you go back." And they started riding. So first it was Murad's turn. Murad completed his ride and it was a successful ride. And when it was Aram's turn, because Aram was only a 9-year-old boy and he did not know how to ride. So it was difficult for that small kid. So when he rode the horse and he started his ride, the horse threw him down. Every time, whenever he tried to ride the horse threw him down. When he fell down, Murad came there and said, "Yeah, I'm not worried about you, man. I just want to know where the horse is gone." Actually, after Aram had fallen, horse had disappeared, horse had gone somewhere. So Murad said, "I'm least bothered about you, man. I just want to search the horse." And they both went to the different direction, and finally, after half an hour, they searched the horse. This is one part of the story. Now, see the second part. Before I start the second part, let me clarify this. There may be a question that what are the crazy streak in that Garoglanian tribe? Yes, Garoglanian tribe, they are Armenian. So there is a crazy streak in the family, and this Murad was that descendant of that crazy streak. So who was one more person? That was Uncle Khusro. So remember this name, Uncle Khusro. Uncle Khusro was a well-built, stout, tall, sturdy body, mustache, turban on his head, and he was a hot-tempered man. Anytime he can be annoyed, anytime he can be happy. And he had a signature line to say, and that was, "It is of no harm, pay no attention to it." And one incident is mentioned in the book that while he was sitting in the barber shop getting his mustache trimmed, and his son Arak came to inform that, "Father, the house is on fire." And Khusro said, It is of no harm. Pay no attention to it. Barber said, Sir, your house is on fire and your son is informing you. He said, It is of no harm. Pay no attention to it. So that is actually the crazy streak which has been transferred from Khusro to Murad. Got it? Murad, whenever he desired to do something, he would accomplish that either by hook or by crook. And this horse was the result of that. Though he was poverty stricken, though he had no money, but he stole the horse. Yes, the horse was stolen. From where? Mr. Byro, John Byro. Another farmer was there, and this horse was stolen from his farmhouse. And when Aram said that this is wrong, our family's reputation is at stake, what are you doing? So he said, don't worry, we are not going to take any economical benefit out of it. We are not going to sell it. We are not going to take money for that. We are just riding it, and after some time we'll return it back. So in this way, our reputation or our family's reputation would not be harmed. This was his explanation. Now comes the third part of the story. The matter where to hide the horse. They completed their ride, then this Khusro's story. Then comes the third part, where to hide it. So Murad had an idea. There was a deserted barn. Barn means a place where harvested or reaped crop is kept. So there was a barn, deserted one, and it belonged to Hatwajian. And Murad said that I will hide the horse there, providing all stuff like water, food, and everything. And they decided that every morning at 4 o'clock they'll come out of there, they'll take the horse, and they'll complete their ride. And it was a beautiful time for both the boys. Now the ride was complete. This boy Aram came to his house. His mama was providing him breakfast. At the same time, there came Uncle Khusro. He was sitting in the parlor. Another visitor arrived, that was John Byro. And remember this particular part of the story, meeting of John Byro with Uncle Khusro. The question may come. So Mama was there, Aram's mama was there. She was just preparing cigarette, coffee and everything, and she was just providing it to him. John Byro came and he informed that his beautiful white horse was stolen a month back. Aram heard this. Oh my God, the horse was stolen 1 month back. So Murad is trying to fool me. Okay, so and he said that I have a saray. Saray is a horse-drawn carriage. तांगा जिसे कह सकते हैं आप, घोड़ा गाड़ी जिसे कह सकते हैं आप. I am not able to just run my saray. I am just walking a long distance and all that. So while this all was narrated by John Byro, Uncle Khusro heard all this. And you know his behavior, his temper. He said, pay no attention to it. It is of no harm. What is harm in that losing your horse? And what is this? You have your legs. You can walk through it and all that. And he just left the place, slamming the door and walked away. Now Aram understood that this horse was actually stolen and it was from John Byro. So he rushed to Murad. And Murad was sitting under a tree. He got a robin actually a bird. He got a robin and it was injured. Its wings were injured and he was just applying some balm or something. So Aram came to him and said that, man, please don't return the horse until I learn how to ride. So Murad replied, it will take 1 year for you to learn how to ride a horse. And I cannot take that much time. The horse has to be returned to the real owner. I cannot take that risk because it is a matter of our family's reputation. So I won't take that risk. So he said, please. He said, no. Aram was there requesting because Aram was also willing to have that ride and he wanted to learn the horse riding. He enjoyed it. Okay, now this part is also done. Now come to the next part. One morning when the boys Aram and Murad, they completed their ride and returning back to Fatwajian, the barn where the horse was hidden. Both the boys with the horse met with John Byro. Yes, John Byro, the real owner. And John Byro was actually going to the town. So Aram said, "Oh my God, John Byro is there. What happened? What will happen now?" Maharaj said, "Don't worry, I am there. I'll deal the matter." So he said, "Let me talk to the man." Byro, when he saw the horse, he was puzzled because it was exactly his horse. But because of the reputation of being honest, the Garoglanian tribe, he could not suspect the boys to be thief. So he said, "What is the name of your horse?" Maharaj said, "My heart." Yes, it was the name. My heart. John Byro put forward another question. "Can I just check this horse?" Maharaj said, "Of course, please." So he just checked the teeth of the horse. And after inspecting the horse thoroughly, he concluded that if I had not known the reputation of your family, Garoglanian family, for being honest, for being trustworthy, I would have certainly told that this horse is mine. But because I know that you people are honest people, I must say that this horse is actually the twins of my horse. Okay. Now what happened? Murad took the horse. This part is completed. Byro went to the market and Murad took the horse to John Byro's farmhouse. Now the horse was returned to the real owner. Okay. Evening, what happened? John Byro came to Aram's house again, and this time Uncle Khusro was sitting in the parlor having a cigarette and coffee. So John Byro was very happy because he has got his horse. So he came there and informed, "Uncle, I got my horse back and this is behaving well. Now it is better than before. It is strong." Uncle Khosrow, you know his signature line, the punch line. "You have got your horse? Don't worry, pay no attention to it. It is of no harm." And in this way, my dear children, the chapter is completed. So hope this lesson would prove helpful to you, and if it has happened so, please like it, share it and subscribe the channel, and I'll provide you more videos of that type for the hornbill and snapshot. So thank you and God bless.